man back here this morning with Mr. Dee Lauderdale, who's become quite the regular up here on the program, sometimes getting me to say things that just pop out and become naturally a statement to be made.
I mean, every time I look on Facebook, I'm in a commercial.
Well, I'm hearing about it at church. Let me give a shout out to Judy in my Sunday school class with Wayne White on Sunday mornings down at Lindsay Lane for approaching me and saying, Jamie, are you the Ray Rice domestic violence video, and then you say you're going to spank Gloria when you get her home? That's a daily thing. What?
I mean, you know.
Gosh.
Which is kind of why I came up with the thing I wanted to talk about today.
And what is that?
Have you ever stuck your foot in your mouth?
No!
Like daily?
Like daily? Yeah. Well, most of us have, even though you haven't.
Oh, yes.
I have. So I have 3 questions that you can ask yourself before you say something.
Okay. I usually don't like to think that long about it.
I know you don't, but this is for everybody else out there that thinks a little more. This is, and no joke, because I'm the world's worst about sticking my foot in my mouth, just constantly doing it. Oh,
I bet none of yours compare to the one I'm going to tell you about when I did it.
Oh gosh, again.
But go ahead. I thought you were going to ask me a question.
How he turned it around all the way by him.
I got it, but I've got a new system for dealing with him when I do my segment. I've learned.
You are in control of your interview.
Well, what's the question?
I can't wait to do my interview.
By the way, okay, go ahead.
Here are the 3 questions. Okay. I'm going to get the 3 questions out, and then Jamie can talk. First question, before you're about to say something, think to yourself, does this need to be said?
He's not going to think that.
Oh, it gets better, Jamie.
It's on the tip of my tongue. It's coming out of my mouth.
Second question, does this need to be said by me?
Does it need to be said out loud?
Third question, does this need to be said by me right now?
You're 3 for 3.
So that's for everybody else. Now, you tell me your story about sticking your foot in your mouth.
Jamie's number 1 thought process ought to be, should I say this out loud?
No, and I've shared this with you before, but it's when I was negotiating my contract, and I might add my final contract at Channel 31. How'd this go, Frank?
Not too good.
And M.D. Smith, the man who's worth millions, asked me, what are you going to do if we can't work this out?
And what was your answer, Jamie?
Without considering any of the 3 things.
Without thinking about those 3 things, what did Jamie respond?
Without even taking a breath, he says.
Because I'm Jamie Cooper, I'm going to quit.
Dummy.
And MD said what to you?
He didn't say nothing at that time.
Come back and we'll talk in the morning.
That's why he owned the station. Let's get back together tomorrow.
What happened at that meeting?
For him to say. He quit.
Yeah, I quit without really wanting to quit. Here was the way that went down. The next day was a very short meeting. I go in with all these high expectations.
I'm going to get what I want. Mm-hmm.
He says, I think you quit.
I think we're so far.
We're so far apart in negotiations, there ain't no negotiations.
I think
you quit.
He was cut off from the computer by the time he got
By the time I walked back in my office, they already had my computer cut off.
So you know what MD did overnight? He was getting all that stuff set up. You would be gone, right?
Company.
And did they give me a chance to come back on the air the next morning and do the show? Good reason. Good move. No.
No, you never let the talent get back on the air after.
Rarely do you let the talent. I'll never will forget my old buddy Chris Peace, who used to do sports.
Yeah.
He calls me, but he said, I ain't never, because he was doing sports that morning, whatever, and he said, I ain't never had so many questions in all my life. What happened to Jamie Cooper? But you know what I found out the hard way?
What'd you find out, Jamie?
They can't operate without you.
Yes.
You know, that's one of those life
Channel 31 go off the air the next day because I wasn't there anymore? No.
Is MD sitting up on the hill still counting money?
Well, he ain't up on the hill no more. He already counted his money when he sold it.
But he's still counting his money.
But what you did learn is how to go into business for yourself, and that brought.
It wasn't a total bad experience.
No, it wasn't.
No. But you learned MD knew one of the keys to negotiations.
You
got to be willing to walk away.
That's right.
I mean, I know how bad he wanted to keep his star.
He tried, but you just wouldn't let him.
But I just wouldn't listen.
Yeah.
And he agreed to give me everything I wanted, but one little thing that I thought I had to have. But his line to me was, I own this damn TV station, not you. Oh, anyway.
I wonder if he was making an example to let everybody else know that he had to be the owner of
I
the
think
station.
ego probably just got way out of control. He had to.
It wasn't a bad thing. It
No,
wasn't a
and he
bad
was very good.
Yeah,
to him
it's,
when he
it's
left.
turned out.
Did I like it?
Oh, and he
No.
dropped his waiver, let him do whatever he wanted to do, let him use
dropped your
equipment.
non-compete?
Yeah.
Drama not to think, never use his equipment.
He was
and
very good to Jamie.
Very good. They just never hired me back, but
But I mean, it
helped
seems
you
like you
grow
worked
to where
out. You
you
turned
needed to
into a
go.
media mogul.
He
turned
was
into a
dead
mogul,
set.
all right.
Jamie was dead set on owning his own morning show.
I wanted my own time.
Okay, you save these stories for the podcast. I don't want to burn up all the good
Oh, there's
content.
plenty more where that came from.
Oh, you know,
He's loaded, Dick.
Is that all you got?
Is that the?
But those three questions you had, who thinks about that? When you want something, you want it now. I ain't gonna wait.
I know that.
I'm asking it
What would you
now.
What would you rather do though? Think those three
Well,
questions
yeah, looking
through,
back.
or have to eat your words.
You don't get a chance to back up those. Wait a minute, I didn't really mean that the way it sounded.
I would rather not have to eat my words. I've eaten too many of them over my life. So I would rather think about those things and go, okay.
There's a couple other things I said, and they were very simple. I do.
When you should have said, I'm running. See ya.
When I said I do, I probably should have thought that out a little bit more too.
You should have thought, does this need to be said by me? Well, I guess not. Does this
Yeah,
need
that's
to
a
be
big
said
one.
by me now? No, definitely.
You know how much that cost me? It cost me more than the job I had at 31.
And just think, if you had thought those three questions, you'd still have all that money, and you'd be even more of a media mogul,
Be
Jamie.
like that goat guy.
I got to try to find him.
Yes.
I'm trying to locate a country over story that I did 2 stories
Wonder if
on him
anyone
in
knows.
Albertville.
Okay.
He raised goats, and he sold them for lawn mowing or for barbecue.
Okay.
I went back and did another story on him later. He had his own San Ann gas station, but his one quote to me, he was, how old do we figure he was, 15 then?
15
He
then.
says, now this is like mid-80s, I have been told that if I stay away from women till I'm 30 years old, I'll be a millionaire.
A lot of truth to probably.
So you want to go find out, did
He's
that
probably in a
Where did he make
homeless
it?
shelter somewhere in Albertville.
But
I
let's
need-
remember, he
I
was
can't
selling
find
goats.
him anywhere.
I mean,
Did he marry a goat or did he make it? I mean,
Marry a what?
did he just stick around
You don't
goats
marry
all
those
the
things.
time,
You
or-
just
Okay, that's enough.
so, I mean, surely he's got to be on
Did he
Facebook.
stay
Do you know the
we
guy's
tried
name?
to find him.
We'll have to look him up
He's
again.
not on Facebook. Well,
Now, I'm
You
trying
think
to find
everybody
him.
is these
But that was one of the most, I can usually remember what people said that stand out. Dee, I got to cut you short today because we're running over in time, but your 3 questions were great. I never bothered to think about any of those. But yeah, I will see you later this morning.
Yes.
Dee Lauderdale.
.com.
Get
Yes.
with Dee. He's got a book
Easy.
out.
Somewhere
Here it
in
is,
there.
right here. Pivot.
New book's coming out soon, hopefully.
Yeah, mine will be
DeLauderdale.com.
coming out soon too. A couple years from now.
Yours is an encyclopedia.
Got to take a break for the day. Got a big day planned. See y'all tomorrow.
Local and loving